So the historic presidential election is legitimately 24 hours away. And today, guys, myself and three-man broadcast want to inform you and tell you why it's not a good idea to vote for Hillary Clinton. Now, again, her foreign policies are atrocious. Her national policies in terms of how to sustain America and its sovereignty are absolute rubbish. And a lot of you guys seem to always point at the fact that she has experience. She has experience. Granted, she may have, 25 plus years experience, but that doesn't solidify the fact that she is still backed up by Wall Street bankers, by the 1%, the top 1% in the world who run all the corporations. The fact that she's opposed free speech, that she wants to censor the internet, that she wants to go on ahead and continue NAFTA and continue the Obamacare, in which case if you don't have health insurance, you're going to pretty much get fucked. So, three-man broadcast, I wanted to ask you, what's your take on Hillary Clinton, and why is it that you don't want to cast your vote for her?
Yes, it is that time again, and we are faced between two idiots, honestly. She being the biggest one of the two, but honestly, I just think it's a little ridiculous that somebody like her will basically has like everybody on her side, and for her to even say on live television that every time Donald Trump doesn't get his way, he wants to say it's rigged.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, hell yeah, it's fucking rigged. I mean, what else is he supposed to say? I mean, he's just trying to be honest with the people. He doesn't want people to think, well, you know, I feel like a lot of people voted for Trump, but she has it in her favor, because I've even seen people like Jimmy Fallon do skits and stuff, and they always say something about Trump losing or how Hillary's probably gonna win, and I'm like, why are y'all saying that? Like, why aren't y'all? I've never heard somebody who has done a skit about these two say that Trump is gonna probably win.
Right.
It's always been in favor of Hillary, but that's because she has all these different people on her side. So the reason I don't want to is because she is like, it seems like everything she wants to do is against the own citizens of the U.S. And she will do nothing but make us look a lot worse than we already are.
Now, what do you mean by that? Can you further elaborate by what you mean by that? Because some people are going to be asking, like, what do you mean?
Well, for one, she's going to be putting her how we've always done it, putting her nose in other countries' business that doesn't belong. And just sending, like I said, she's going to be sending like like our military into places where they shouldn't have to be, you know, putting them in danger, even though they shouldn't even have to be in danger to begin with, and trying to take away our own citizens' guns. Why? Like, what's the point in that? Why? Like, that's not going to stop any type of criminal actions going on. People can still find ways to kill. I mean, and the fact that she's even dividing or trying to call, people don't know this, but she is honestly the reason for Black Lives Matter, and she's gonna be the reason that we divide ourselves and are defenseless just in case she wanted to incorporate martial law. She just really wants to screw over America and just have us burn to the ground and just go down defenseless.
Now, some people are gonna say, well, the reason why you like guns is because you're pro NRA, and you want to see people commit mass shootings. Like, people want to take things and just completely talk about that and misuse the actual definition in term that we're using the context. And so why don't you explain to people as to why you believe the Second Amendment should be kept and why you believe guns are good?
The reason that we should keep guns is because if she's not going to keep away terrorists and do anything that deals with trying to regulate who comes in and out of the state, who comes in and out of the U.S., I mean, then we need to have something to protect ourselves. If we're not ready and we're not armed, say you're in the grocery store and some random guy has an AK-47, comes in there and starts spraying people, what are you going to do? You don't have a gun, so you can't do anything to save anybody else. Massive shootings will happen there because she didn't even try to stop that situation from happening to begin with. I mean, there's just multiple things that can be done that she won't do, like as far as protecting her own citizens. And like I said, her concerns are elsewhere. She wants to censor the internet. What does that have to do with saving people? Like censoring stuff?
She wants to talk about cyber attacks and stuff. That's one of the reasons why.
I mean, but still, that's not censoring and blocking and banning is not gonna fix anything. People already have access to stuff. and trying to stop it now is a little bit too late. I mean, what's better to do is to combat it with, try to fight fire with fire if necessary. I mean, or try to outsmart. I mean, but banning and locking and doing all that stuff's not going to help it. It's not going to help anything, in my opinion.
Now, why is it that some people want to argue against you and say, well, when they do, and they want to say Hillary's better than Trump? What's your overall response to that? Because I'm pretty sure you've had tons of people disagree with you, saying, well, this is why Hillary's better, or, just trying to convince you to say, well, Donald Trump's a racist and stuff. Do you want to get a little bit more into that, especially with the whole Black Lives Matter movement?
Well, like I said, I mean, she has probably been more involved in that Black Lives Matter stuff than anybody will ever know. And, people are probably going to ask me, well, where you get your sources from? Well, I mean, I have people who are more into this than me, and they come and tell me this stuff, and I know for a fact that they're not going to just find some random bullshit, see the first article they saw online and say, oh, well, hey, I found this there, and this is the info that's going to have, I mean...
And alternate media.
That's what I'm saying. It's just, I really think she would be behind it, because if you just, take what someone has told you, a friend of yours even, and you go and listen to what she says, it kind of matches up to, honestly, it kind of seems like what that person has told you has been true. She just doesn't want to say it up front because she wants people, she's trying to win the vote, obviously. So she's not going to say what she truly means until she's in the actual office. And then I think once she's in the actual office, then that's when everything's going to go downhill from there. And we're going to all be screwed. Biggest thing about the Second Amendment, though, is she can't actually take that. Because even if she were to say, we got to take guns from people, you got to think about, well, how is she going to do that? Is she going to send people to your house to come get the guns? Or is she going to say, well, you got to take your guns to the nearest police station? I mean, do you honestly think people are going to go to the police station and turn their guns in?
No,
something that they paid for? I mean, after knowing they have a right to own such weapon, I mean, no one's going to easily give up their weapon, especially not down south. I can tell you that much. No one's going to willingly want to give up their weapon because they're going to say, well, this is my security. This is how I protect myself. And let's just say terrorists come into your house, gun ready. You have nothing on you, so what are you going to do? I mean, you'll be dead because they've already pulled the trigger and you'd had no time to do anything. So she, like I said, wants to just leave people defenseless and just leave us like chickens with our head cut off. So
now currently we have dozens and dozens of people covering this historic presidential election, and I agree with you. I think that she wants to create this eugenic disorder of a nation. I mean, our nation right now, we have seen dozens of changes that haven't benefited us at all. The pussification of America and the devaluation of our students, of our people in schools and stuff, because we see how we're at the very bottom when it comes to education and stuff. And Donald Trump said that he wants to fix that the best way he can, because again, as a businessman, you have to be smart to own yourself and become a self-made billionaire like he was. But I want to get your thoughts on your final thoughts on Hillary Clinton's policies when it comes to our nation and how she plans on quote-unquote fixing our nation from the inside, and of course her policies when it comes to foreign stuff like Syria and Libya and Russia and China and her getting backed up by the Saudis and stuff. What are your thoughts on all that?
Well, she's a Democrat, and honestly, I've seen people say that if we choose her, it's gonna be another 4 more years of Obama. So
right.
She tries to do a lot of stuff the way he did it, and it's really not going to work in my opinion. And as she hasn't already seen, I mean, all the stuff that Obama has done has made things worse. I mean, I've seen a couple of videos where people said, well, actually, this is what he did. This is how much better things are. That he's created all these jobs. And I'm like, well, if that was the case, then how come a lot of people still are jobless and still complain about not having enough money?
Yeah.
I mean, people shouldn't be having to say, well, I don't have the money for this, or I can't pay bills, or I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Why do I keep still hearing that? If we are doing so well with all this business, I mean, a lot of people have 2 jobs now too. So it's just like, what do you mean we're in a good standing, and what he's done is opened up more jobs for people? I mean, like I said, people are still struggling today, and if he's doing such a good job, then they shouldn't be in that position. But her policies will basically be Obama's policies, in my
Yep.
opinion. So
I agree.
it's really not like anything's going to change.
I completely agree, and a lot of people tend to miss as to what's really going on in terms of like the bigger picture, but we're gonna find out in 24 hours, guys. So make sure you guys are in tune with what's going on. Thank you all for watching. As always, if you guys enjoyed the discussion, make sure to leave a like down below. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out and subscribe to 3-Man Broadcast. And on that note, everybody, we'll be seeing you all tomorrow. Take it easy, guys. Peace.